y'all blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. When the Lord says that our kingdom is to come, as long as we follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
I got the camera bag, I'm the cameraman. If shit getting active, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call the ambulance. That shit go. Right, right. If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that right. That shit go. If you got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better get your life for this camp shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. Rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. It ain't my fault that them niggas rats. If your colors fly, you don't get that shit go. Right, right. If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that. That shit go right, right. If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that right. That shit go.
Wanna go to war, gotta have it to the van. Tryna cut the semen, something you don't understand. Getting checked for my betterment, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away for camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar head hanging out the car. Wonder when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? With anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them, we nothing like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before
that shit go.
Nah, for real though.
If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that right. That shit go.
Nah, for real though.
If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that.
Y'all about to put me off the top of the top. Move that song. Move that song. Move that song. The Father we fear. The Father we fear. Yehovah. Yehovah. Israel. Israel. Israel.
Shalom, shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Atham, Hashem, Yahweh shout out all the sisters, where the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Harlem Street, Harlem, New York. You understand? We are here for the blacks and the Commander General Hunter. We are here for the so-called blacks, Native Indian, Hispanics. You understand? To show and prove that they are the true children of Israel. We ain't affiliated with no Christian church, no Muslim mosque, no blickety blackety groups. And for damn sure not a part of the Black Panthers. You understand? Give y'all selves a hand, man. Anybody got any questions, please put them in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And if I can answer them, you know, I will. If I can't, I'll get clarification for you, or you can just hold your questions tonight for Commander General Hunter, or Wednesday night for Captain Natazar. All right. But shout out to all y'all, man. The water for coming to the class. The water. For sure. I see y'all. Any questions, man? Go ahead and ask them, man. But today we got a topic that is kind of near and dear to me. You know, based off, you know, the things that's going on in the world right now, right? The world is in total disarray and chaos, right? As we all know. But the only people that seem to not know that the world is out of order are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? We getting too caught up in celebration. We celebrating every damn thing in this world, you understand? And we wondering why, you know, all the things that's happening to us are happening to us. You understand? So tonight we're gonna focus on, you know, how not to be so, what's the word can I put? I'm just put it like this. We're gonna learn tonight how not to be so damn hard-headed. You understand? And not paying attention to what's going on around us. You understand what I'm saying? It was a man named Noah, right? And he was teaching people, right, that the earth was going to be flooded, that the Lord was going to punish this earth, right? He was going to punish the people on earth because it was just evil. It was wicked. You understand what I'm saying? The sons of Adam, the righteous bloodline, you know, they going off marrying all kinds of men and doing all kinds of things. You understand what I'm saying? Marrying all kinds of women from all these other nations and races and things like that, and just not doing what the Lord told them to do. So the Lord raised up a prophet named Noah to go and teach that it was going to rain, and not just rain, but it was going to rain so much in a way that it was going to flood, because the Lord was tired of what he created. You understand? Now we are going through a similar thing like Noah with Christ. Christ is coming back, whether you like it or not. The signs are everywhere. All right. The signs are everywhere. We see it. We see what's happening. You understand what I'm saying? If you in this school, and if you in the ISUPK, the commanding jury hunter, listen, you know what's going on. I came in this school in 2015, and everything that commanding jury hunter has taught out of this Bible is happening right now, or it happened in a time. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, our people don't understand that God is real. The Bible is real. The problem is the Christian church. The Christian church is the biggest problem. The Muslim mosque is the biggest problem. You understand what I'm saying? We just cannot separate ourselves from these things, man. So we're gonna get into it today. We're gonna start out with let me see. We're gonna go to Matthew chapter 24. All right, we're gonna go there, starting at verse 35 and 39. And listen, man, I want everybody, no matter what class you watch, take notes. Please take notes. You understand? Please take notes. Take notes. You understand? Take notes on what you're listening to. Take notes on what you're hearing. Take everything serious, because all of these classes that y'all getting are things that are going to save your life. Literally, they're going to save your life. All right. So I'm gonna start out with Matthew chapter 24, right? All right, and I'm gonna just start at all right. I'm gonna start at verse 6, right? We're gonna just read through it. We got a lot to go through. So it's a lot of scriptures, a lot of slides. So I'm gonna try to get as much as I can in. We're gonna go Matthew 24, start at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, right? Listen, this is Christ talking on the mount, giving a prophecy, because one of the disciples and people was asking him, like, when will you return? How will we know that when your return is coming? Brothers and sisters, we are in the time of Christ's return. I can't give you a date. I can't give you a specific time. I don't know if it's at night, if it's going to be in the morning. We don't know that. But we do know that the signs right now are pointing that Christ is on his way. How many of y'all believe that? I believe it. I believe he's on his way. I done heard all my life. I'm 43 years old. I was born in 1982. And from the time I was old enough to hear and understand words and stuff, I've been hearing people saying, we living in the last days, the world coming to an end. I can honestly tell you now, it really is happening. Right now, today, the world is ending. Right now, life, meaning life as we know it, right? And Christ said it's going to be wars and rumors of war, right? And it says, see that ye be not troubled, right? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You understand? Listen, don't be troubled by the wars and things that's going on. The reason why you shouldn't be troubled is because all these things that are happening, all these wars in the earth, especially right now, what you're seeing with Donald Trump and Iran and all that. Listen, man, World War III is here. But it's not a war to destroy you, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. This is a war to save you. These are actions and things that are going in this earth so the Lord can save you from your enemies. Luke chapter 1, man. Go and read it at verse, start at verse 65, man. The Lord is doing this to bring back the captivity of his people. And y'all got to understand this too. We got to cry out to the Lord. We ain't doing enough crying out. Why? Because we're doing too much celebrating. We're doing too much chilling, too much drinking, too much getting high, too much trying to lay up with somebody, too much of everything but the right thing. You cannot prepare yourself for the return of Christ by being carnal minded. You have to become spiritual. To do that, you must serve the Lord in spirit and in truth, right? Meaning you got to separate yourself and become holy. You got to separate from the rudiments of this world. You understand? You can't be doing a lot of the things that you're doing, right? And it says, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. If I'm not mistaken, can anybody, I know y'all heard about the earthquake that just happened. Where was it? Officer Yagadah, man. And shout out Officer Yagadah, Officer 500 Yagadah on the ones and twos tonight, man. Get that brother a hand. You understand? But I think if you could, sir, I don't know. It was an earthquake somewhere crazy, like in Louisiana or something. Did y'all hear about that? It was an earthquake like in Louisiana or something. Like earthquakes is happening all over in places where they normally wouldn't happen. The reason why those things are happening and we should pay attention to it is because it's prophetic. These are the signs that you should be following to know to get your life together. We in the ISUPK, we understand this. You understand what I'm saying? But for those of you that may be watching that are not in the truth, these are the signs of the times you should be looking for. You understand what I'm saying? You should be looking for these so you can know what's going on around you, because the Muslim mosque, the Christian church, what they call themselves, the alternative lifestyle movement, they don't have the answers. None of these people have the answers. The answers are right here in the ISUPK, the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge, under Commander General Hunter. You understand what I'm saying? All right, let's get a little bit more of it. It say all these are the beginning of sorrows. What is a sorrow? A sorrow is something that it's almost depressing. It's a sadness, a deep, deep sadness, depression, all of these things. Look what's going on. A gallon of milk costs $357. A gallon of milk costs $1,000. Gas is about to be $20 a gallon. These are things that you need, basically. You understand what I'm saying? Can you imagine? Look at the rent. Look at rent. Look at the things that's going on around us in everyday things. Like, it's getting so expensive. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's you already can just barely afford to do the things that you're doing. But with the way the white man carrying on, just going to war everywhere and being a beast, doing whatever he want to do, and not only that, destroying the lives of the Lord's people on a daily. Life is horrible right now. We in a time of sorrow. Why are we doing all of this partying out here, man? Why are we in the club every single week? Why? Your family is out of order. Your family out of order, right? You're a drug addict. The person that S-age you understand, walking around celebrating too. You got to share the holiday table with them. Like, why are we walking around like we so happy? Oh God, and this one of the worst times. Everybody waiting for their income tax check, if you can get one. Some of you brothers can't even taste the income tax check. Why? Because you're on child support. You got 7 child support cases for 3 different women. Why are you so happy? Why are you looking forward to the weekend to go out and do all kinds of things and not pay attention to be so carefree and not pay attention to life? It's because the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of. You understand? But we are in a time of sorrow. You understand? Verse 9, right? We're gonna skip down. We're gonna skip down to verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. What is the end? The end is the end of life as we know it. People in the UPK, if you're watching this class, listen, endure to the end. Don't worry about struggles and the things you're going through. You always have. We are too close to the coming of the King, man, for us to lose our way. We almost there. We just got to keep going. Hold the line. Brothers, stay at your post. Stay on your post. Don't drop your sword. Let's get it all the way together. Sisters, stay with that brother. Stop worrying about how many wives he got. He doing the same thing for her that he doing for you, trying to save her life. You understand? Stop complaining about every damn thing and learn what it is the Lord wants you to do. The Lord wants you to live. He wants you to have life and have life abundantly. You can't have life and life abundantly being a damn slave to the white man. If you can, prove it to me. Prove it. Prove it to me right now. Prove it to me. You can't. We have to understand, man. We have to understand what's going on in this world, man. You in this truth, you stay grounded in this truth. You survive to the end. You understand? You stand strong. All right? We're going to keep getting some more, man. We're going to drop down. This the meat and potatoes of it right here. All right? Let me see where I want to go at. Let's go to verse 34. Drop to verse 34. Matthew 24 and 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Right? The Lord is nothing is going to change. Everything is going to be as it is. You still gonna have to deal with the white man. You have to deal with the curses. You're going to have to deal with all of these things. You're going to have to deal with it, right? Nothing is going to end, right? Until all things be fulfilled. And then this is what's going to happen. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. No man knows when this day is coming. What day is it talking about? It's talking about the return of Christ. Christ is not gonna give everybody a call. You know how the Christians like to say, on the main line, tell him what you want. He ain't gonna call you. He's not gonna hit you up on your cell phone. You understand? He's not gonna hit you up in your DM and say, hey, I'm on my way. He's not gonna do that. He's telling you right now, he's showing you what it is when the times is coming, because he wants you to prepare yourself. He wants you to get yourself in order willingly. He wants you to pay attention. You understand? Get your house in order. You, your wife, your children. Get it in order. So that when the Lord comes, you could present it as spotless, as pure, as clean. The scripture says if you would just be saved, it will save your whole household. The Lord may take you and your whole immediate family. You understand? Just by you doing what he say do. You understand? All right. And it says, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Christ is saying the only person that knows when he coming is the Father. Christ said he don't even know. And this is something that cuts you Christians when y'all keep saying the Most High and Christ is the same person. How am I the same person and I don't know when I'm coming? I don't know what I'm doing. Christ just said, listen, I don't even know when I'm coming. Only the Father. This is only going to happen when the Most High wants it to happen. All right? Let's keep going. And it says, verse 37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Verse 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, right? What does eating and drinking symbolize? Anybody in the chat? What does the eating and the drinking symbolize? The Lord said, as in the days of Noah. We all know what was going on in the days of Noah, right? People was in celebratory mode, doing what they wanted to do. While Noah was standing out on the corner, Noah was standing out on the corner of 1 West 125th Street, telling them it's gonna rain, building a big old behind boat. People see this man building this big behind ship, and everybody thought he was crazy. Y'all walk past these brothers on this corner telling you the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to get it together. And you look at us like it's crazy. We're telling you it's going to rain. It's about to rain, people. It's about to rain. But what does it mean when it's talking about right there? Give Trooper McCall y'all a hand. Celebration of holidays. Sister Anya, feasting, right? Give that sister a hand. That's exactly what it is. You understand what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. These brothers and sisters are too busy trying to celebrate, and they don't even know what they celebrating and what they do. So we're going to bring it out, right? Let's finish this. It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? Going back up to 38, Salaki, it says they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Now, what is the marrying and giving in marriage? What does that mean? It says marrying, and then it says and giving in marriage. Anybody know what marriage is according to the scriptures? Does anybody know it in the chat? Does anybody know what marriage is in the chat? What is marriage according to the scriptures? Because marriage is an act, right? We all should know that marriage is an act, right? And if you don't have one of these, please get one of these. It's a Zondervan Bible Dictionary. It gives you a solid breakdown of what everything means in the Bible. Of course, you got Webster's Merriam Dictionary, but which goes out too and goes well. But this is the main guy right here, right? All right, Officer Yabakar, Sister Ra'ai, Trooper McCall, y'all, everybody give him a hand. It said sex, right? That's what it is. That is marriage. So what it's saying is saying that people gonna be doing the do. They gonna be doing the do. Huh? That's what we too focused on. Right now, somebody's only focused on who they gonna lay with. But you don't understand. You're marrying somebody when you lay with them. Right. You understand what I'm saying? You got people just sleeping around, and you got people who, what? Giving in marriage. We give our daughters away in marriage in here. You understand? So it's showing you from both sides, from the worldly side and from the truth. We know that we give our daughters away in here. You understand? Even so, there's a certain form of it in the world where you go to the Father. They know that. But you just got people just laying around, laying with who they want to lay with, and they're not worried about what's going on, right? It's just straight celebration. So if I could, we're going to start with one of the worst celebrations on this earth, right? That nobody can't seem to shake. If I could, Officer Yagadar, could I get the cover of the that book, the Luciferian book? Slack it, sir, if I could. Right? We're gonna bring out this information, man. We're gonna start with these birthdays. We're gonna show you a couple scriptures where birthdays are in the Bible. You know, we're gonna, like I say, I'm gonna try. It's a lot I want to bring out. I'm gonna try to move along as fast as I can, right? Try to bring out enough of this, man, because we need this. We gotta understand, man. Like, we got to focus. As Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it is hard for us to focus on what matters because we got so much oppression on us. We got so much going on. You get your little income tax money, you don't know what to do because it's the richest you've been. All year long. It's the richest you've been. Them little couple $1,000s you get, man, you want to do everything with it. You want to take your family everywhere. You want to do all you can. It's because you're oppressed. You understand? It's hard for us to live life because of this oppression that we under. All right? Now, everybody see this? If y'all can see it, give me a 1W in the chat if y'all can see it. This is a book, right? It's called the Satanic Bible, right? This book was written by a man named Anton Zonder LaVey, right? Anton LaVey, he is the originator of the Luciferian church, right? And this is another thing. It's crazy that he calls it the Luciferian church instead of the Church of Satan. It's called the Luciferian for a reason. The book of Isaiah 14. Oh, Lucifer, thou hast fallen. The white man knows who he is in the Bible. There were no falling angels. The white man fell from grace. That is what you are witnessing. The white man falling from grace. You understand? These people know what's going on, man. But we can't because you know why? We in celebratory mode all the time as a people. Why? Because our lives are a living hell. We have terrible, horrible lives as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. all because of this oppressor. And all because of our so-called leaders have led us astray from what would give us life, what would make this life be better to us, or make us appreciate it more. You understand? Right? So if I could, sir, could I get the passage from that? And that's the cover of it. The Satanic Bible right there. Now we're gonna see what's one of these holidays, this celebratory thing that we love to do that we just can't let go. It's called a birthday, the day of your birth, right? Now, when I came in the truth, I don't know about y'all, this was one of the hardest things for me to this, and we're gonna talk about another one, but this was one of the hardest things for me to do and to let go because of my children. You understand? Like, our children have to grow up in so much struggle. You understand? That we look at their birthdays because we love our children as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian mothers and fathers. We love our children. We absolutely love our children. Our children aren't doing the things that they are doing because we don't love them or we just bad parents. This is happening because the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of. You understand? And the conditions that he creates in this place, this country called America, the situations he creates for us, it makes it sometimes hard for us to raise our children in a way that is becoming. And then the Christian church don't make it no better. Instead of teaching us how to be a family and what we should and we should not do, they just let us do as thou wilt. And that is a saying that came from this book. All right. So we're going to read it. It says, the highest of all holidays in the satanic religion, right, is the date of one's own birth. Right. We're going to drop down. It says, the Satanist feels, why not really be honest? And if you are going to create a God in your image, why not create that God as yourself? Listen, every time you celebrate a birthday, that's what you're doing. You're making yourself a God. How many of y'all know people that done fell out with people because of not getting them a birthday present? How many sisters have gone out and destroyed their families because a brother couldn't get her afford her a gift for her birthday? Come on, man. Let's just be real, man. There is nothing good about a birthday. First of all, it's Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right now, let's just talk about now. How many of y'all can afford a birthday party right now with gas being $1,332 a gallon? Gas is $2 million a gallon right now that you got to pay at the pump. You got to have $2 million to get a half a tank. How you going to do a birthday party? And this is another thing. You serving these holidays and not looking in the future and not looking at what's in front of you right then. Some of these kids don't deserve birthdays. They hard-headed. They don't listen to you. Children need discipline. That's what they need. They need discipline and they need to know that they are loved. You understand? That's what children need. Children need for grown-ups to be mothers and fathers, to be men and women, and to make decisions that save their life. How many birthday parties y'all done been to and they done got shot up? Birthday parties ain't safe. In Florida, these brothers is shooting up little 3- and 4-year-old children's birthday parties. You know why? Because the Lord said don't celebrate. The Lord didn't tell you to celebrate yourself. Get over yourself. You can tell your child, baby, we not celebrating Christmas and birthdays no more. Listen, they ain't gonna care. They ain't gonna care. They might be a little sad. They'll get over it. Because if you're taking care of them every day in the way you're supposed to, every day is their birthday. That's what we have to learn as adults. If you're taking care of your children the way you're supposed to, then every day is going to feel like a birthday for them. Listen, I ain't in no ways and by no wise have I ever been rich. But let me tell you something. When I got out the streets and stopped hustling and I started working, I was only making like $8 and some change, man. This ain't no 30 years ago or nothing like that. This is in 2015, 2014, somewhere around there, 2013, somewhere around there, 2013, 2014, before I came into school. And I was barely making, over $400 a week. But let me tell you something. Every day I came into that house, and when I came into the school, every day I came into the house, I had something for my babies. Every day I came in the house, whether it was a snack, whether it was fruit, whether it was some clothes, whether it was a toy, it was something to show my children, hey, listen, y'all doing what y'all supposed to do. Now, you don't have to do that, but that's just me. That's what I did for my babies. And it's plenty of other people that do things like that for their children. Stop making it like, stop holding what you do as a person on a particular time. You should be that person that you are on Christmas to your children. You should be that every week. You should want to see smiles on your children's faces. You understand? But being born Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian in America, your birthday is not a day of celebration. It's a day of sorrow. What are you doing that is so joyous? On the day you were born into poverty. On the day you were born to a crackhead. On the day you were born, your father is your uncle. What is to celebrate? Going back to this. His own birthday as important as the most important holiday of the year. After all, aren't you happier about the fact that you were born than you are about the birth of someone you have never met? You understand? And it says, why pay higher tribute to the birthday of a president or to a date in history than we do to the day we were brought into the realm of all worlds, right? To the greatest of all worlds, right? You drop down and says you should give yourself a pat on the back. Buy yourself whatever you want. Treat yourself like the king or god that you are. And generally celebrate your birthday with as much pomp and ceremony as possible, right? After one's own birthday, the two major satanic holidays are I can't pronounce that, and Halloween, right? All Hallows Eve. And we're going to get into some of those holidays. The water, Officer Yagadar. But basically, to celebrate your birthday is selfish. Now, we have to show birthdays in the Bible. And this is why the ISUPK on this earth, there's nothing like it. We can prove all things. You understand? I'm going to read these and then we're going to pull up some more slides about birthdays, right? And where it originated and why you do it, right? So the first scripture we're going to pull, right, is Job chapter 1, right? Job chapter 1, we're going to start at verse 1, right? Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Because this is what we do, all right? It says, Job chapter 1, verse 1, there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright. And this is another cut to the Christian church. There were other perfect men that walked this earth, just like Christ, before Christ was born. There is no excuse why you can't be perfect. You can keep the laws and the statutes and commandments. Why? because his other brothers before Christ came that did it. Stop wanting to harm our children. Stop wanting to be a celebratory thug who celebrates destruction and celebrates themselves. Stop being selfish. Right? And it says, and that man was perfect and upright and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil. He hated evil. This is how you should become. You should hate evil. You should hate taking and doing drugs and selling drugs. You should hate being not being brotherly or sisterly. You should hate the fact that if something is going good for you and not for your brother, you should hate that it's not going good for them. And you should fix the problem, right? Let's keep going. Verse 2. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. Right? Now, this is a righteous man we're talking about. Now it's going into his children. Right? Now, if this man is righteous, of course, he raised his children up, right? In the right way, right? Everybody understand that, right? We all understand that. This man raised his children the right way, but his children are older now. We're going to skip down to verse 4. It says, and his sons went and feasted in their houses. Here, there's that word again. They feasted, meaning they ate, right? They had a big feast. They ate and they drank, right? Everyone his day. What are they talking about when it says his day? I know y'all know. I know y'all already, we've been talking about it already. Y'all should know the answer. Anybody in the chat? Anybody know what does it mean by they said his day, their day? And y'all, this is another thing. Understand that the Bible is written by Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's written in the way we talk, right? What we say. When your birthday come, what you say? Oh, it's my day. Today is my day. Today is my day. I don't care about what nobody else want. Just like that satanic Bible said. That's just how you speak about it too. You don't care about nothing or nobody else on your birthday. It's all about you. You could be the worst person in the earth, but your birthday, everybody should praise you for being someone that is a molester. Everyone should praise you for being a drug dealer. Everybody should praise you for being a deadbeat father or mother. Everybody should praise you for being a piece of trash. Right? You done had 1,000 abortions, and you want somebody to praise you after you've unalived every seed in your womb. But I'm supposed to worship you? That is what Job's sons are doing. They're celebrating birthdays. Their day, right? Now let's see what happens, right? And it says, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. Verse 5. And it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about that Job sent and sacrificed them and sanctified them. So what does it mean? He sent and sanctified them, meaning this brother he's trying to make amends for something because they did something wrong. If celebrating your birthday or celebrating a feast unto yourself or making your own holiday for yourself was right, then why did Job, this righteous man who eschewed, he hated evil and was perfect in the eyes of God, why did he feel like his children did something so wrong to the point where he had to do something? And we getting into it. Let's keep going. And rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. What does it mean he's making burnt offerings? Why would he have to make burnt offerings? These are sacrifices. This is when you break a law. Can anybody in the chat guess what law they broke? Or what did they do that was against the Most High? It said it right there in that book. It said it right in that satanic book. Anybody, for time's sake, right? Just to keep moving. They made themselves a god. What is the law that says we can't do that? Thou shalt not what? Worship any god. Thou shalt not put any gods before me. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, and soul. You understand? Celebrating your birthday makes you the God. Celebrating your birthday means that you are the power. You are somebody that should be what? Worshipped. You're making yourself a deity. Job saw that his children were doing this. And yes, Christians, this is in the Bible. There you go. You shouldn't celebrate your birthdays. You shouldn't celebrate your children's birthday. Notice they didn't invite Job there. Job didn't come up with the excuse, oh, it's for the kids. Job did his job and seen that his children were doing wrong, and he prayed for them that the Lord didn't destroy them. And we see that didn't happen. That happened. The Lord took them out. And that's because Satan tested him. We had that class last week. You understand? But Job, being a righteous man, he prayed for his children, right? Let's get up the rest of that, right? And it said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continue, right? The birthday thing is outrageous. We don't understand how detrimental it is. So like sir, Officer Yagadar, can we get the slides of where it says birthdays? And we're gonna bring out the origin of these birthdays, man. Where this came from. Some people are like, well, how did the birthday come from there? Listen, man, they was doing birthdays before Job came into this earth, man. They was doing birthdays damn near when they came up out of Mesopotamia. Celebrating themselves and making themselves gods. You understand? That's right, sis Deborah. She said they made themselves a god. Exactly. And that God was themselves. And whatever they wanted to worship, it was their day. You understand? The Lord gave us a list of days that we should celebrate. You have days where you could. Some of our celebrations last. Salakia, sir. Correct me if I'm wrong, Officer Urash. Some of our celebrations we have last like 7 days, a week.
8 days.
8 days. How long is the Passover in unleavened bread, sir?
That's technically that would be a total of 8 days.
8 days. Can y'all imagine that? Every day.
And forget about the Feast of First Fruits.
Man, forget about the Feast of First Fruits, man. Listen, this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. We got things to celebrate. Better than celebrate. And these celebrations, guess what? Everybody's invited. Everybody that is Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian is invited to the party. You don't have to worry about nobody bringing gifts if they brought you nothing or not. You don't have to fall out with nobody. All you got to do is come through the door. You understand? Now, this right here is just quick and simple, right? Birthdays originated from ancient pagan customs, right? Including Egyptian, Greek, and Roman traditions. This is not a custom of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is something that we did not do. This is learned behavior that you do. The way you celebrate, the way you go out and you have and create marriage, just lay with anybody, you got all of this stuff handed to you from your oppressor. We were slaves in each and every last one of these empires as well. Egypt, Greek, and Rome, right? It's a tradition designed to ward off evil spirits and honor deities, right? This is what Job's children were doing. It says early Christians viewed them as pagan, while some interpretations associated them with self-exaltation. Wow. In Satanism, the birthday is considered the most important holiday. Dang. See, listen, if you could do do a little research and take time out to try to understand what's going on around you, you will see why the children are getting shot at the party. You will see why when you go to the party, the birthday party, and someone slips something in your drink. This is why you don't have the party, the birthday party, because somebody is going to do you harm. Why? Because the Lord said don't do it. And when you do something that the Lord says not to do, the punishment, you're usually not gonna like it because something has to happen to you. Right? And the Lord is going to use people to do it. The Lord ain't reaching his hand down from heaven and whooping you. He's going to send them little YNs out there on them corners with them guns to come to your birthday party and shoot it up when you celebrate it. Because somebody in there owe them some money. Or somebody in there done did something wrong to them. And they in the party. And now the little 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6, 7, 8-year-old child that has nothing to do with anything has to be unalive because you want to be ignorant and do things you're not supposed to do. But it's not your fault because you didn't know. You didn't know. But we learned in the day, all right? Ancient origins, Romans and others. Romans celebrated birthdays, right, of family members and gods with feasts and gifts, as did Egyptians and Greeks, often focusing on protection against evil spirits believed to be attracted to milestones. Biblical perspective. The Bible does not explicitly, right, command, now listen what they get, command or forbid birthday celebrations, but the only two instances mentioned, Pharaoh's in Genesis 40 and King Herod in Mark 6, are associated with death and sin, not celebration, right? But what is showing you in these scriptures, and I'm gonna pull one up, I'm gonna pull one up, a birthday up on that, and we gonna tap on that. Satanic Bible ideology. According to the Church of Satan, founded by Anton LaVey, a person's birthday is highly prioritized as the most significant holiday, as it honors the self as one's own God. Religious objections. Early Christians and groups like Jehovah's Witnesses shunned birthdays because of their pagan, non-Christian origins, viewing the celebration as dangerous or idolatrous. Now, if you go back up to what it was saying, it was talking about the Bible don't speak against it. How the Bible don't speak against it? When the Lord told you not to do it. He didn't tell you to do it. He said, don't worship any other gods. Don't create an idol of anything in the heavens, anything in the earth, anything in the waters. Brother, you are on the earth. If you celebrate your birthday, you make yourself an idol and a god. Don't play coy and be like, oh, I got to see birthday in there. To prove a fact, let's go. Okay. Research, let's get this right here. Research indicates a birthday effect where individuals are statistically more likely to die. Jesus. To die on their birthday than any other day, with studies showing a 6.7% to 13.8% increased risk. Estimated excesses deaths on birthdays are approximately 4,590 annually over a 13-year analysis, often due to alcohol-related accidents, cardiovascular issues, or increased risk-taking behavior. Listen, the water officer, Yagadah, the water. You celebrate your birthday, you're gonna die. That's it, folks.
That's right.
Celebrate your birthday, you are going to be unalive. Someone's going to spike the punch. How many of y'all got people that y'all know that you grew up with, and you see them and they all messed up? You be like, man, something happened to them. They went to the party. Someone put something in their drink. They took a drug at the party. Because the people at the party are not responsible. The people in the party are grown-ups. There are children in the party. You go to the club is supposed to be 21 and up. There are children 12 and 13 in the club at the party. I think y'all all get it, man. I think y'all get it. Thank you, Officer Yagadat. But the water. Shootings at birthday parties. While often part of the broader frequent statistic of daily mass shootings are a recurring tragedy in the U.S., data indicates that mass shootings defined as 4 or more people injured or killed occur at a rate of more than 1 per day, with many taking place at social gatherings, including birthday parties. Man, listen. This is wild. This is crazy. This is crazy. You want to know something? As a matter of fact, the water for the Officer Yagadah. We're going to pull this scripture, right? We're going to show you exactly what it means. Matthew chapter 14, verse 6. The book of Matthew 14 and 6, right? We're going to show you a birthday where that's going on, right? Right? Matthew 14, verse 6. But when Herod's birthday was kept, now understand, it told you where this originated. Rome, Egypt, Greek, and Rome, right? Herod is an Idumean. Idumeans are the white man. They are from Idumea or Esau, Mount Seir. They are the progenitors of Greece and Rome. So it was their custom to celebrate birthdays, right? Nobody in Israel celebrated a birthday. Yahushua, who we ignorantly call Christ, never celebrated his birthday. You never seen anybody in the scriptures celebrate their birthday of Israel, right? But this is Herod, right? It says, but when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Verse 7, whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask, right? Verse 8, and she being before instructed of her mother said, give me here John the Baptist's head in a charger. This is what happens at the birthday party. At the birthday party, they want to take your life. That is an instance in the Bible where it talks about birthdays, okay? We're going to get off that. Don't celebrate birthdays, all right? Now, if I could, sir, if I could get, all right, we're going to read it in the scripture first, and then we're going to bring this out. This is another holiday that is very, very weird on our brothers and sisters, and it's mostly with our Hispanic brothers and sisters, right? And we do it as well, but they do it in a way that it's really out there, but we do it as well. This is another thing that we do, right? We're going to go to the book. We're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, right? Wisdom of Solomon in your Apocrypha. 14. Okay, we're going to start at 14 and verse 15, right? Now, y'all might pick up on this, right? Now, the first thing we talked about was birthdays. That's something we should not be celebrating. Celebrating birthdays, you're going to lose your life, right? Celebrating birthdays is evil. It's pagan, right? Why is that important to know? Because the Bible says, as in the days of Noah, right? Brothers and sisters going to be celebrating birthdays. They're going to be feasting and drinking. And while they're doing that, they're not going to be ready for Christ's return. And what does it mean if you're not ready for Christ's return? It means you're going to what? You're going to lose your life. You're going to be destroyed in your sin. You're going to be destroyed in this place with the devil. You're going to be destroyed here. And you as an adult, if you are doing these things and making your children do them, what do you think is going to happen to you? Worse is going to happen to you than to them. But they're going to lose their lives because you care nothing for them. Because you put the child before the Lord. He gave you the child. He's the reason why you conceived. You should teach your child how to honor the Most High, how to follow him, how to obey him, and not teach them to obey themselves. And teach them not to follow and worship you. You understand? Now, this is another type of celebration that we do. And it's always going on, right? Chapter Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, right? But this is about something instant that makes someone's mourn, something happen. You know, it happened out of nowhere, right? And it creates mourning for a father. It says, when he hath made an image of his child, soon taken away, right? Now, if this is about a father, right, who's lost his child, or a mother who's lost their child, right, untimely, out of nowhere, right? It said this father went and made images. What is the images? What is this talking about? Can anybody take a shot, right? Officer Yabakar said, get left by the chariots. Damn right, sir. Get that brother ahead. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get left. Then you're going to get hit with a bomb. A bus, a bomb. All kind of stuff going to hit you. You understand? But what is it talking about, right? When it says, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his child, soon taken away, right? What is it talking about? What is the image? What is that speaking about? Please, anybody in the chat, right? What is this talking about? When somebody loses their life or passes away unexpectedly, right? What does it mean to create an image of them? An image for them. What is that talking about? Officer Yabakar, Trooper McQuarrie, y'all give him a hand. Trooper McQuarrie, y'all says a tattoo, right? Officer Yabakar said RIP t-shirt. That's it. Right. You understand? This is a father making an image created to this child, whether it's a tattoo, but mostly it's that t-shirt. Some people immortalize these things, or they take items that belong to the person, to the child, or the person that left. They keep them. And they look at them every day and cry, driving themselves into madness. This is what this scripture is talking about. But listen, this is the bad thing about it. There is a law in the Bible that says, grieve. Grieve for your lost ones. And I think it's like you're given 3 days, right? It's 3 days to grieve. And then you got to dust it off. I know you love mama. I know you love, and it's hard. It don't mean you got to forget them, but you can't walk around the house and just give up your life walking around in the dark. And all through the house is a picture. Man, listen, I know somebody that one of my dear brothers. You understand what I'm saying? It hurt me bad when I found out that he passed, but let me tell you something. His mother, and she's now gone now, but she kept his wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair. He was shot at a young age, right? He was in a wheelchair. And when he passed, his mother kept the wheelchair. It made a shrine almost of it. This is what this scripture is talking about, right? And it says, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. What it's saying is a person will lose a child, right? And they'll pass out all of this memorabilia to everybody and have them pass it out and immortal. What you do now is you try to immortalize your child or your loved one that is gone. That is a sin. You have created an image of this person. You've made this person a god. You've made a dead person a god. Right? What are holidays that are like this? Martin Luther King Day. You celebrate the birthday of a man that literally gave you over to the white man to destroy you. You've immortalized him. Bob Marley. People got Bob Marley tattoos. That is an Edomite. When your cousin or somebody get unalived in the street, you make a marking in your skin to honor him. R.I.P. Right? We can't do that. When someone passes, listen, man, have the burial, whatever you call it, the celebration of life, whatever, do that and get yourself together. Mourn and continue on. You'll say, well, how you going to say that? Why? Because listen, if you believed in God, then you will know that they will come back. They will come back to this earth. You understand that? Yes, the person who they were, that's gone, but that spirit will come back into this earth, into another. And it will behoove you to do right, because if you serve the Lord, then that spirit is going to come back in rulership and in power. But if you go and create it into a god, and you have this birthday and you announcing it knowing this boy just got unalived by the children right down the street, and you want to hold the birthday as a celebration and lift them up like a god, then guess what's going to happen? The funeral is going to get shot up. It's going to get shot up. Birthday celebrations and celebrating the dead is unlawful, man. You don't do this annually. In Chicago, they got a day for every brother that done died. They got his birthday and they got the day he was unalived on. And they name it after him like D-Thing Day. You got a D-Thing Day. You got a King Von Day. You got FBG Duck Day. You got all of these brothers with their own day, but they're dead. They're no longer here. And guess what? They were unalived in horrible ways. Some of the funerals even got shot up. Listen, man, you are allowed to grieve 3 days, man, to where you are absolutely allowed to be down in the dumps. This is a law. This is scriptural, right? We have to, matter of fact, let's pull this up. Let me pull this up because, stand by 1 second. I want to pull the scripture. Make sure, because I want to make sure that we understand this. All right, we have to understand what's going on, man. Because we out here, like I said, we doing all this celebratory stuff, right? We doing all of this celebratory things. Let me see. Oh Lord. Salakia, sir. Oh, Shirash, if you could you find me the law on what it is to grieve? I think it's in Leviticus somewhere.
In relation to a priest?
Just to
I believe you're talking about in relation to a priest about the amount of days that he's given.
Yeah, where it says 3 days to, got 3 days to mourn. If I could, let me get that, sir. Bubble Kushal. Right? Okay, here it is. Ecclesiasticus 22:12. It says 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead, right? You got 7 days, right? You got a whole week to be down in the dumps. The water officer, y'all know, right? The water officer Mataz al-Qur'an as well. He put it up in there. Ecclesiasticus 22:12, right? 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead, but for a fool and an ungodly man all the days of his life. Listen, you are a fool if you mourn for somebody every day after they go. Going to that graveyard ain't going to help you get it together. It's going to make you worse. We all done been to the graveyard, sitting there every week talking to Big Mama, like Big Mama gonna come up out of there. She ain't even in there.
That's right.
She done been dead since 1965. She's not in there. She's gone. Pop gone. The only thing you got is memories. You understand? We hear people say this all the time. Oh, I'm pretty sure, they wouldn't want me to sit around and cry and do all this. Listen, they don't care what you're doing because they don't know. You understand? It is foolish to do that because you are sinning. And in your madness, people get hurt, celebrating and feasting, worshiping the dead when Christ is returning. You want to get caught doing that when Christ on the way and miss your spot? So, Lucky, sir, if I could, can I get the slide with the Day of the Dead? This is what you're doing. There's a literal holiday called the Day of the Dead, right? And this is what our Hispanic brothers, they actually do this every year. We got to stop doing this, brothers and sisters. We have to stop celebrating the dead. Our God is not a God of the dead, but of the living. Being foolish, being ungodly, making gods out of your lost loved ones, being sinful is going to get you destroyed in these last days, as in the days of Noah. They was doing the same thing in them days. That's what this whole class is about. In the days of Noah, they was having birthdays, they was giving and marrying and giving in marriage, and they was celebrating the dead. And one day, Noah went into the boat and locked the doors. And all he heard was screaming from everyone else drowning that did not have the Lord's protection because they did not do what the Lord told them to do. They did not listen to the prophet. They didn't listen to the man of the Most High, the man of God that was trying to save their life. Instead, they turned off the class. They turned off the class and started watching the damn basketball game, the football game. They started watching the sitcom. They went to celebrate a birthday, or they went to the funeral where the brother that just got unalived, because he done unalived the whole neighborhood, the whole south side of Chicago, and they gonna go to the funeral. Where the other people who sitting there saying, oh, we gonna get back. And now the ops come through and shoot up the funeral because you want to immortalize someone who is gone. Listen, man, we got to wake up, people. This is Dia de los Muertos, right? Translates Day of the Dead. Is a vibrant 2-day Mexican holiday celebrated on November 1st, All Saints Day, and November 2nd, All Souls Day, to honor, remember, and celebrate deceased loved ones. Family create ofrendas, altars. What is an altar? Can anybody tell me what an altar is? What are altars used for? All right. What is an altar used for? An altar is used to what? It's basically like a place of worship. It's a place of worship. So they build altars up for these people that's gone, right? Now watch this. It says, with marigolds, food, and photos to welcome spirits by focusing on celebration rather than mourning. This is how you know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the Lord's people. What we call it when our people die. The day of what? Celebration. This is a day of celebration. We ain't going to be sad. We're not going to be sad. It's a day of celebration. Fred dead is on no what in the coffin, but y'all celebrated drinking for him. Taking a drink. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But let Fred go at the end of the week, man. Let Fred go in 7 days, man. Don't sit and take the same drink and every once a year in November, you dig up Fred. Wait, let me, it's about to get into it, what this day is. Watch this. It says, significance, it is believed that the veil between the living and dead lifts, allowing spirits to visit their families. These people, our brothers, Issachar, the tribe of Issachar, is thinking that they lost relatives that are passed on is coming back to visit them in November. We got to stop believing in such things, man. Right? Let's go on. It says significance. It is offerendous altars decorated with marigold flowers, tissue paper, candles, incense, and favorite foods of the deceased, as if they gonna come and eat them. And listen, watch this right here. Symbols, sugar skulls, right? Elegant skeleton figures are popular, representing that death is a natural part of life. The origins. The holiday stems from thousands of years of Mesoamerican, Aztec, and Spanish Catholic traditions. This comes from who? Who are the Spaniards? The white man. They got this from the white man. The white man taught them how to do this. Some of these people, some of our brothers and sisters actually dig up, depending on how fresh the body is or the bones, they dig them up every year. Black people, you know what we do. We can't afford the funeral, so we cremate them and we put that vase on the table. It get knocked over. The ashes ain't even in there no more. You done knocked that on the table on the floor 1,000 times. Mama is going crazy because the vase done fell over. Like her baby in there. Niggas rolling blood guts, dumping ashes in it. Listen, man. Listen, we got to stop doing these things, right? And it says celebration. Families visit cemeteries to clean, decorate, and spend time at the grave sites. While often associated with Halloween, it is a distinct tradition that has grown in popularity globally as a way to honor ancestors. Nowhere in the Bible does the Lord tell the children of Israel to do it. The Lord said what in the book of Ecclesiastes, man? 7 days, man, mourn, man. Mourn for your dead 7 days. That's a whole week. After that, tighten up. Don't dig him up. Don't dig him up no more and make his favorite food, which is a sin too. You probably making chitlins and all kind of crab and shrimp and lobster. You're going to be celebrating the day of De los Muertos, and you're going to become mortis, dead. Because as in the days of Noah, just like in the days of Trump, you're going to be celebrating a dead man. You understand? Making them into a god. Some people say, well, what's wrong with remembering your loved one? Listen, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it. You ever seen people go out? Y'all are familiar with the expression, hurt people hurt people? That's why.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. I've seen people who are so emotionally unstable because they've lost someone that you can't even look at them wrong. They will unalive you. That is emotional. How can we expect you to be a normal functioning human being when you can't even think straight because You're so focused on not you want to be you do things. You want to be a drug addict. You use that to be a drug addict. You use it to be an unaliver. You use it to do all kinds of crazy stuff that you know you shouldn't do. And when you do it, you say it's because I lost my mama, man. I lost my daddy, man. That's why I went and touched the little kid, man. That's why I went down there and shot the man, because I lost my mama. How many other people lost their mama? Your mama was probably the worst person in the earth. You probably didn't even like your mama. But you'll use that death. You understand? Matter of fact, anybody, y'all stop me if I'm wrong in the comments. The one time when black folks, especially black folks, and I know it's all Israel, Hispanics and Native Indians. What's the one time when black people show their true colors? When somebody died. Don't let it be a house, a bicycle, a house, a bicycle, or something that's gonna be given away. Black people show out. Black people show out. Who get what? Listen, man, we gotta stop doing these things, man. We gotta stop celebrating birthdays. We gotta stop celebrating the dead. It's causing us to sin against the Lord. They was doing this in the days of Noah. We doing it in the days in the return of Christ. Listen, you're gonna miss the chariots, man. You're gonna miss the chariots. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna be destroyed, right? If I could, officer, y'all, right, officer, y'all get arguing and fighting over stuff they don't even want. And man, officer, y'all get dog. Listen, hey, it's so heavy you said that because guess what? Big Mama be done worked all her life for a house and land, and guess what? When she passed, the one that she think was the one who was the best, guess what they do? They get it and take it and sell it. Don't even do nothing for the other kids. Don't even think about the other grandchildren or the other sons and daughters. They just do whatever they do. Y'all all done witnessed that. Y'all done witnessed it. Y'all done seen it. So what's the use? Most of y'all don't do right by the people that you claim you do all this. You ever seen the one person at the funeral that like, take me with them, Lord. Like, bury me with. They want to throw dirt on them next time. The next time you go to a funeral and one of your cousins or your aunties do all that hollering and crying, and they wouldn't even give the person a glass of water if they wanted. But when the funeral comes, they want to show out. Next time you see that, push them over. Push them over. Push them in the hole with them and start throwing dirt on them since they can't let go so much. Because they're lying. You didn't love the person when they was here. So now you're going to dig them up and cook chitlins for them? Put them on a t-shirt? Make them a god? And you didn't love this person when they was here. We got to stop doing it. As in the days of Noah. Right? We're going to drop that one there. The water officer, y'all get off for that. We're going to go into, get out some time. All right. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 10, right? Let's get Jeremiah chapter 10. We get Jeremiah chapter 10. I'm going to read that, right? Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10. And we're going to start at chapter 2. Jeremiah 10 and 2. Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of the Egyptian, the Roman, and the Greek. Learn not the way to celebrate your birthday. Learn not to celebrate the way of Christmas. Learn not to celebrate the day of Halloween. Learn not to be like the heathen. Don't be like the white man. Don't be like the African man. Don't be like the Asian man. All right? Why? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. right? On all that astrology, you got sisters and people judging on who they gonna be with based off their zodiac sign. That's why you end up with the wrong person, because ain't neither one of you the zodiac sign. You actually just the opposite. You're just a horrible, delusional person. But you follow behind all of this, oh, I'm not compatible with an Aquarius. You ain't compatible with nobody. You ain't compatible with nothing. The only thing you compatible with is batteries and that little buzzing thing you take in the room with you. That's what you compatible with. That's what you're compatible with. You ain't compatible with a man because you don't know how to listen. That's what you're compatible with. It comes with batteries. That's what you're compatible with. You understand?
AAA, double that.
AAA, double. What's the big ones? Triple C.
C batteries.
C batteries. Car batteries. Whole car batteries. You hook it. You hook it up to a car battery. That's what you're compatible with, right? And it says, "For the heathen are dismayed at him." For the verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain, right? They're unprofitable. They're vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, right? The work of the hands of the workman with the axe, right? Verse 4, they deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. This is talking about a Christmas tree, right? This is talking about literally Christmas, right? You should not celebrate Christmas. And the reason why this one is so big is because the Christian church has said that the Lord's birthday was on December 25th, right? So we're about to get into it. Salaki, sir, if I could, can I get the slide where it talks about the origin of Christmas? That one, those, and I think either the one where it's talking about Nimrod, right? What you don't know about these days right here, right? You know, and I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna finish reading the scripture while the other one pulling that up. Verse 5, it says, "They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not." Why would it say, "but speak not"? Because these people are doing this because this tree represents a god or a deity. This is why you should let Christmas go. You're not doing it for the kids. You're doing it for an African, right? Named Nimrod. And you're doing it for other gods, right? Here we go. December 25th was historically significant in pagan traditions as the rebirth of the sun, largely celebrating solar deities following the winter solstice. Key figures honored around this time included Sol Invictus, the Roman unconquered sun, the Persian sun god Mithras, and Horus, the Egyptian solar child, right? These traditions celebrated the return of longer days, right? Sol Invictus, Roman Emperor Aurelian, established December 25th as Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, the birthday of the unconquerable sun, to celebrate the returning light. Mithras, an ancient Iranian Roman god of light, covenants, and the sun whose birth was celebrated on December 25th in Roman mystery religion. Now, this is the Romans taking the ancient Iranian god. You understand? These are just gods from other people being taken down, and these people worshiping them, making them into their own gods, their own idols, right? Horus, in some interpretations, the Egyptian solar child Horus, son of Isis, was celebrated as being born at the winter solstice. Saturn, while Saturnalia lasted from December 17th, 23rd, the god of agriculture, was central to the festivities that preceded the birth of the sun. Now, this last one, this is where you get your Christmas from, right? Tammuz or Damazi, occasionally linked to the winter solstice celebrations representing return of life of the sun in Mesopotamian traditions, right? Now, Tammuz is the son of Nimrod and his mother, right? When Nimrod passed, He was buried under a tree. His mother / wife / baby mama. First of all, that sounded crazy. This is what you're celebrating. You're celebrating the holidays of a man that created a son with his mother. That's what you're celebrating. You're not celebrating giving gifts to your children. Your children, you should give your children a gift any day. You don't buy your children things during the year. You only buy them things on December 25th. You're a bad parent. You're a bad parent. Now, unless you can afford it, that's a different story. But if you can afford to go out and spend $13,000 and sleep with 100 men and rob 100 brothers, you understand what I'm saying, and unalive them just to take care of these. I mean, listen, you couldn't have did that and brought them something throughout the year. You had to wait till December 25th. That's associated with this right here. Let's keep going. Some interpretations, particularly certain in Christian denominations and alternative history studies, link December 25th to the birthday of Nimrod, a biblical figure associated with Babel. According to these views, Christian customs like decorated trees symbolize the birth of Tammuz, believed to be Nimrod's reincarnation, right? That's what we just read in Jeremiah 10, right? They cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not. That is what you're doing. When you put up the Christmas tree, that ain't got nothing to do with giving a gift to a child. So if that's the case, if you're doing it for the children, what is the use of the tree? Because you're worshiping a deity. You're worshiping an African named Nimrod, right? Let's keep going. Nimrod's birthday. Proponents argue that December 25th was traditionally celebrated as the birthday of Nimrod, the sun god, rather than the birth of Jesus as noticed in this MZSA article. Origin of traditions. The evergreen tree is viewed by these groups as a symbol of new life for the dead. His mama buried him up under a tree. And she told the people that if you bring him a gift, he would bless you. But if not, you would be unalive. That is where Christmas came from. That is what you're teaching your children. They just dressed it up here as Santa Claus coming through a chimney. Black people ain't got no damn chimneys. So why would you lie to your children and say, oh, Santa Claus come to here, eat cookies? Thank God my mama never told me that. My mama sold plenty of crack to get me toys. And she didn't let me forget it. She wasn't about to give her hard-earned time hustling to some fat white man coming into our house, and we didn't even have a damn chimney in the hood. Santa could not come down, and if he did, he was going to get shot. You understand, right? So, like you, sir, if I could you put up the mother, the scripture, the slide with the mother? We could drop that one. Y'all get the point, man. You shouldn't be celebrating these holidays, man, learning it from the heathens. You're celebrating and worshiping gods, dead people who have been made into idols. You're going to be celebrating holidays, right? And Christ is going to come. So like this, sir, matter of fact, scratch that. We get ready. We're running out of time, so I'm going to just jump to this one. This is what I want to jump to. I want to jump to Easter. I want to get to Easter. Right? We got to get into this because this is the next upcoming holy convocation, man. This is the next high holy day that you should be celebrating, right? And it's called Passover, right? We're going to pull it up. We're going to pull up Luke chapter 22, verse 7, right? Y'all bear with me, man. If we go over the time a little bit, y'all please bear with me. Please bear with me. I really want to bring this out. Easter is a Christian holiday celebrating Jesus' resurrection. I want y'all to remember that part, right? But its name and many traditions such as eggs and bunnies are rooted in ancient pagan springtime festivals, right? The name likely stems from the Anglo-Saxon goddess Eostre or Ostora, while symbols signify fertility and renewal after, right? The name, the 18th century monk Bede recorded that Easter derives from Estre, a goddess of spring whose festival was held during the month of April. It's all pagan, brothers and sisters. You're not celebrating the resurrection of Christ. How do I know this? Because it's not in the Bible. Y'all about to go out here and celebrate Easter, right? And you're going to be unalived when you go to the park, to the car show. You're going in all sin. Someone is going to get hurt. Our people are going to be hurt celebrating Easter because you're worshiping a God and the whole world is at war because the Lord is bringing about your captivity. And instead of you being saved, you're going to be destroyed because you're going to celebrate Easter. Symbolism. Eggs and rabbits. Decorated eggs and rabbits are ancient symbols of fertility and new life. They were adopted into the celebration to represent the resurrection, but their roots predate Christianity. This stuff was before Christ. Christ never celebrated Easter. Christ never went on an Easter egg hunt. Christ never told you to celebrate his death. This is a man who didn't want to die. His death was not a celebration, which is crazy when we call it that. This is a celebration of life. No, it's not. It's a time of sadness and mourning. And I'm not happy that I had to bury somebody that I love. I'm not happy. I don't want to smile today. I don't want to smile for the next 7 days. But after 7 days, on the 8th day, I shall put on my boots, tighten up my bootstraps, and be as I'm supposed to be. You understand? Spring equinox. Many pagan cultures celebrated seasonal renewal during the spring equinox. Christian leaders often align Christian holidays with existing pagan festivals to facilitate adoption. That is what the Council of Nicaea was. You understand? Constantine. They took the teachings, right, of Christ, of us teaching to our people to separate from them. They took it and made our truth, our way of living, our laws, and made them to fit the pagans, claiming that God was for everybody, and he never was. If he was, if you wanted God so bad and you loved him and he wanted y'all, you would just celebrate what he told you to celebrate, right? That's what you would celebrate. You wouldn't go out and try to go out and have a holiday with eggs and fertility gods, right? Now we're going to pull up this scripture because we're running out of time, right? But we're going to get this breakdown right here, right? This is what Passover is, according to the scripture. We're going to start at the book of Luke, chapter 22, right? Book of Luke, chapter 22, right? This is what you should be celebrating. We're going to start at verse 1, right? Luke chapter 22, verse 1. Now the feast of unleavened bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover. It's not called Easter. Easter is pagan. Easter is dealing with fertility gods, Easter eggs, and bunnies, and Negroes dressing up in loud suits who just touched on and essayed women and children who are going to stand up in a Christian church and cry as if they love God, as if him dying made them sad. But they ain't going to do nothing that he said do. That is what is coming up. This is the next holiday that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are going to celebrate, and half of the people in the park are going to get shot. Somebody is going to get something slipped in their drink at the party, and they're going to be SA'd or they're going to be unalive. It's going to happen. While we're in Houston celebrating the Passover and everyone returns home alive, you understand? They're going to come home the way they left. You're going to be celebrating with a child molester in a big red suit, standing there telling you about celebrating the death of Christ. We don't celebrate the death of Christ. We keep the Passover, right? That's right. We're going to drop down to verse 7. It says, then came the day of unleavened bread when the Passover must be killed, right? That's the slaughtering of the lamb. That's what we'll be doing in a couple of weeks. Baruch atah wa Yahweh Shai for the lamb slaughter. You understand? That's what we'll be doing. It's starting out with the lamb slaughter, because that is biblical, right? And then verse 8 says, and he sent Peter and John, saying, go and prepare us the Passover, that we may eat. Verse 9, and they said unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare, right? So they're going to a place. This is how you celebrate Passover. You go to a specific place. The specific place Christ was at was in Jerusalem, because that's where you had to go to have it. You couldn't celebrate it at home. You couldn't have 9 different denominations of churches holding the feast, right? You can't have the GOCC IUIC Passover. You know why? Because they're eating bologna. They're going to have pig on the table. They're going to be eating chitterlings. They're going to have pig feet, shrimp, crab, and lobster. And there are going to be white men walking around with tassels on their tank tops and t-shirts and their Jordans. There is only one Passover, and that is in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohanan. You understand, right? Now we're going to drop down to verse 15, and this is where it gets crazy. It says, and he said unto them with desire, I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. The Lord is telling the man, I'm glad I could be a brother, have this last moment of brotherhood with you brothers before my life is taken. He said suffer. He was glad that he was celebrating Passover, which is the celebration of the death of our enemies in Egypt. We celebrate the death of our enemies, man. That's the celebration of the dead the Lord wants you to celebrate, when he rescued you out of the hands of oppression, right? Let's keep going. Verse 16, for I say unto you, I will not anymore eat thereof until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of the Most High. Yahweh Shai will not serve or have another Passover until we are in rulership. This is why you have to stop celebrating Easter. This is why you have to turn back from the world and come into the ISUPK and learn to serve the Lord, so you can understand that the man of sin is the white man who is the devil, and that all those things that you are doing are unprofitable for you and are destroying you as a people. You understand? You have to come and learn these things, right? Verse 17, and he took the cup and gave thanks and said, take this and divide it among yourselves. Verse 18, for I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of the Most High shall come. The Lord said he won't even take another drink. He's not even celebrating in heaven. He won't take another drink until the kingdom is come, until we are free from our oppression, right? Verse 19, and he took bread, and this is what I want you Christians to understand. It says he took bread and gave thanks and brake it, right? and said, and gave unto them, saying, this is my body. What was he referencing as his body? The bread. He took the bread and broke it and said this was his body. What happened to Christ on that night? He just said, before I go suffer. Christ's body was broken. They beat him. They stabbed him in his side. The Lord was saying, take this bread. This is my body being broken. Right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Christian church. We're about to see something else. That communion you do is false. Right? How do we know? Because this is what he meant. This is my body which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me. What was he telling you to do? He was telling you to what? Endure to the end. Give the Lord a hand, because that's what Yahushua said in the beginning of the class. Endure to the end. Suffer. Suffer, man. Suffer for the Lord's sake, man. Paul said, I die daily, man. We are being oppressed and unalive by a monster, man. We have become drug addicts, fatherless, motherless. We have no hope in this place. No hope in life. But we celebrate it. You should not be doing those things, man. You shouldn't come and serve Lord for the better, but for the worse. That is in the scriptures, man. Let's keep reading, man. And he took bread, all right? He said, this is my body which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me, verse 20. Likewise also the cup after supper, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you. But behold, the hand of him that betrayeth me is with me on the table. Listen, that cup, when the Lord was saying that was him, if anybody remember in the scriptures in the Garden of Gethsemane, what did the Lord say? He said, if you could take this cup of suffering away from me. The Lord is giving you the cup of suffering. Serve him when your mama dies. Serve him when your child dies. Serve him when your wife dies. Serve him when you die. You understand? Serve him in your poverty. Because a new day is coming. You understand? A new day is coming where he's going to save you, right? He says, but behold, the hand of him that betrayed me is with me on the table. And truly the Son of Man goeth as it was determined, but woe unto that man by whom he is betrayed. You betray Christ every time you celebrate a birthday. You betray Christ every time you celebrate Christmas. You betray Christ every time you idolize anything other than the Most High. You understand? We have to get ourselves together, man, because we are in the days of Noah. That's right. And with that, I'm going to end the class. I'm going to read these security announcements. Anybody got any questions, man? Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm sorry I went over 2 seconds. I was feeling like Cap Notazak, man. I was feeling like Cap Notazak, man. I wanted to keep y'all here till 11:30. All right, man. But remember that, man. The Passover, man, is coming, man. You Christians, you know, y'all are evil as hell. Stop. Just beware. When you go to that Easter party, someone is going to be unalive. The people at the Easter party are not celebrating the Lord. They are not keeping the commandments of God. They are celebrating themselves. They are celebrating gods of fertility. When you celebrate your birthday, you make yourself a god. When your loved one dies, mourn them. It's okay to remember them. It's okay to cry. Even after those 7 days, you'll never not miss someone you love, but you can't go out and be a disgusting human being because they're gone. You can't disobey God because they're gone. And I pray y'all understand. All right. ISUPK security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for a year. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After a year, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in Hebrew. Ma'ashra, 10% of every penny and any increase the Most High gives you, right? What you're going to do is go to ISUPK.com. Look up in that top left corner. It's a blue button with yellow writing that says tithes, and it says donations, right? You're going to go there, pay your tithes, and give your donations, right? It says free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, give it. Upcoming holy convocations is the Lord's 57th Passover, man, in Houston, Texas. Be there. You understand? Be there. Or don't be square, whatever they be saying. If you ain't there, you a square. Be there. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to rock out. It's starting out with the lamb slaughter, a lot of events going on. And then we're going to celebrate the Lord's Passover, man, in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, man, as we just read in the scriptures, all right? So stay with your camp leaders and your brothers. Your reservations and everything should already be made, all right? See you brothers, Lord willing, in Houston, Texas, you brothers and sisters, all right? If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boot, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. Any sisters want to come into the school, have your head completely covered and wear a modest dress. And with that, I say I imagine to the brothers. Stand, sisters, Yeshua, which means be seated. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the highest ranking man in the room. All right? Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbat Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbat Barakatah.
Yad Matah. All right, we're going to Sar, face the sisters. Sisters stand. I imagine. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Yad Matah. With that, class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And you know what time it is. It's the Lord's 57th annual Passover. And it's going to be held in Houston, Texas on April 4th. Don't forget, bring your family, bring your friends. Because this is going to be the time that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans can come under one roof in one house and to serve the Lord. It's that time. $200 per person. Don't forget, over the age of 17. Don't forget the Lord's Passover. It's coming.
Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written.